All right, all right. It is October, which means it's time for my favorite book. Frank Was a Monster Who Wanted to Dance. Written and illustrated by Keith Graves. That means he not only wrote the words, but he drew the pictures. So here's Frank. Do you think Frank maybe is short for Frankenstein? And he has like a little zipper going across his head and all these little stitches and this squiggly little hair and his polka dot tongue. And look at that O in monster. What is that? An eyeball. And the C in dance is a worm. Does it look creepy that my hand is upside down? Ooh. All right. We're going to look at this page at the end of the book. There's another copy. So here it is. Frank was a monster who wanted to dance. Ew, stinky shoes. P.U. Oh, here it comes. Frank was a monster who wanted to dance. I know I could boogie if they gave me a chance. And when his cat says, meow. And on his TV, it says Soul Train. That's an old show where people used to dance. He wants to go on Soul Train. And what kind of chair is this? It's an electric chair. Zzz. And then check out his slippers. Do you see those slippers? Yikes. And that tail, what do you think it is? A rat tail? A little snake? I don't know. And look at his remote control. Crazy. Why does it always have to be dark and rainy in creepy books? If there was a sunshine and rainbows, it probably wouldn't have the same feeling, would it? So he put on his hat and his shoes made in France and opened a jar and put ants in his pants. Oh my gosh. If you had ants in your pants, what would that make you do? It would make you wiggle and dance. And look, here's a joke about France. It says, les shoes. And there's an Eiffel Tower, like in Paris. And then his perfume says, les smell. And then, oh, poor Frank's mirror's broken because he's so creepy looking. He drove to the theater. Say, Yahoo! Nice. Oh, look at his car. He's off to the Royal Ballet, of course, in the dark, in the rain. And I like how this looks like a big boot. Like that's the bottom of a shoe. And then look at those creepy headlights. Do you think this car goes fast or slow? I don't know. He drove to the theater and jumped on stage. Then he danced like a shoe size instead of his age. Do you guys get that joke? So if he was wearing a size 5 shoe, then they're saying he's dancing like a 5-year-old. So if you wear a size 1 shoe, and if I said, stop acting like your shoe size, then I would be calling you a 1-year-old. That's silly. You can look at your shoe size right now and pause the book if you want to, or you can do it after. Here I go. Frank shook his shoulders and strutted his stuff. The audience screamed. They couldn't get enough. And they say, bravo, fab, like fabulous. Wow, boffo. And he says, check this out. And he's dancing, and look at their faces. They are enjoying it. They are not scared at all. Frank did a cartwheel. Say, yippee! Frank did a flip. Say, yow! Uh-oh. You ready for the gross page? Here it comes. Close your eyes if you need to, or you can peek with one eye. But suddenly his head began to unzip. He says, uh-oh. Oh no! His brains are falling out! What do you think this is made out of? Jell-O? Raspberry jam? I don't know. Yikes! You ready for the brain page? Here comes the brain page! Out flopped his brain, which plopped on the floor. Say, ick! Eek! Yuck! Ew. There's worms in the brain. Do you think you have worms in your brain? Better check your ear. Make sure there's no worms coming out. Which loosened his eyeball, which rolled out the door. Uh-oh. Losing an eye is not good. He's got a plug on that one. Uh-oh, there's the creepy cat again. Can you do a creepy meow? Meow, meow. And there goes his eyeball. And after his arm fell out of his sleeve, the horrified audience started to leave. Yikes, run! Oh! And he says, oops. And look, because he lost part of his head, it looks like he's got short little gray hair. That's silly. But Frank kept dancing. He said, what the heck? And laughed as his head fell off of his neck. Oh, can you do a creepy laugh? Oh man, it's barely hanging on. Here comes the last page. He said to himself with a one-eyed glance, I might be a monster, but man, can I dance? Oh yeah. And there he is. His little grape jelly is spilling out. Oh, poor Frank. He lost his head. But he's still smiling, isn't he? Even with one eye. And this page are the dance steps. Well, let me show you this. This says begin. And then he does a hop, and a twist and a jump, and a flip and a flip. And he slides into the splits. Ouch! Can you do the splits? If you can do the splits, you can do them at home right where you are. And a cartwheel. Can you do a cartwheel? I can't. Man, that's on my bucket list. Miss Stoker wants to do a cartwheel someday. And then he does a pirouette, which is like a little ballerina turn. And then he does a hop, hop, and a bop, and a hand walk. Oh, this is my favorite. Detach leg and toss. That means he takes his leg and he tosses it into the audience. And then reattach leg in mid-leap. So before he lands, he puts his leg back on. And then it says, end. So that is Frank was a monster who wanted to dance. I hope you enjoyed it.